Hello, lovely people. So I'm going to do this little recording for us. We're just going to ease out the whole of the body. We're just going to work into all the little joints. And we're really going to focus on sending energy from our center all the way into every little joint. We're going to ease out them joints and from all the stresses and strains we put on them through day-to-day life. And they kind of hold our body together and ease out any blockages and just allow the energy to travel freely and wonderfully through the body. We're also going to do a little bit of warrior pose and embracing our inner warrior and just sending that feeling out into all of the body. The whole of the body is like a warrior, holding us up, serving us through life. And sometimes it's just nice to be really mindful of how amazing the body can be and what it does for us. So, without further ado, if you'd just like to come into a lovely, comfortable seat. So crossed legs, sitting on your knees, legs out in front of you, whatever feels good for you. This is your practice. Bring yourself into your space. So just sitting up nice and tall, feeling that tailbone sinking down into the earth. Lovely deep inhale. Keep going all the way to the end of the breath. And a full exhale. And keep breathing deep and slow. Sending that tailbone down, connecting into the earth's energy. Keeping us grounded. Keeping us solid. Supporting us. Just let the shoulders relax as we exhale. Gently close the eyes or soften the gaze to the tip of the nose. Inhaling into the lumbar, all the way up through the spine. Feel yourself growing nice and tall, coming up through the crown of the head. Reaching up into the sky, connecting with the sky's energy. Release any tension from the jaw. And just allow the body to come to be. Allow the body to settle into this space. This is your time to notice, to feel, to surrender. And just begin to feel into any areas that may feel blocked. Maybe tightness, tension, gripping sensations, tingling sensations. And send the breath to those areas. Become aware of where the body needs extra space, extra time to consciously notice what's going on. Maybe you don't feel any tightness or blockages. Send the breath into the fingertips and then down into the toes. Whatever you notice and feel is okay. It's exactly what you're meant to be feeling. Don't make no judgments, just allow it to be what it is. Setting the gentle intention to be mindful of our movements, to work into all the smaller joints that do so much for us, to allow our energy to flow as freely as possible throughout the whole of the body. Just begin to notice the points of the body that are connected with the earth and the heaviness of those points. Notice the breath coming in and coming out. As we gently bring ourselves back into the room, we're going to inhale, lifting the arms up and around the body. Fingertips touch at the top. Exhale, release, lowering the hands down to the mat, touching the earth. Inhale, rising up through the sky, fingertips come to touch. Exhale, releasing down, touching the earth. Flowing with your own breath now. Allow the breath to guide the movement. Feel the breath traveling into the fingers, lifting them up, light as feathers. Let the exhale float them down. 2 more. Letting the hands come to rest. If we aren't seated with our legs crossed, just try to come into a seated position. If not, remain where you are and adapt the next poses to help suit you. We're just bringing the right hand out beyond the right knee. Inhaling, lifting through the left arm. Exhaling, reaching over, small bend into the right elbow. Just reaching through those fingertips. Either looking up under the armpit or perhaps looking down at the hand. Feel out where the neck feels comfortable. And then it made me jump. Sorry about the cat. And then we're just going to feel that stretch all the way from the left hip, going up through the side of the body, out through the fingertips. Breathe into that left lung. Last full breath. Inhale, lifting up, lowering that left arm. Reaching the left arm out beyond the left knee. Inhale, rising up through the right arm. Exhale, reaching over the body. Little bend in that left arm. Again, looking under the armpit or down to the ground, wherever the neck feels comfortable. Lovely long breaths, inhaling into that right lung. Feel the right chest expanding. Exhale, reach through those fingers. Now opening up space of the right side of the body. Clearing away any blockages. Last breath into that right lung. And then inhale, rising up. Exhale, lower the hand. We're going to bring the right hand onto the left knee. Left hand comes behind us. Inhale, lifting up through the center of the chest. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Using the gaze to draw us round. Stretching through the chest, twisting out to the left. Last breath. Inhale back to center. Left hand comes over to right knee. Right hand comes behind us. Inhale, lifting up through the chest. Exhale over to the right. Just allow the body to begin making that space. Letting the spine gently twist. Releasing tension in all the individual vertebrae. From the tailbone all the way up into the neck. Final breath. Inhale, back to center. And just wiggle it out. Wiggle the shoulders. Wiggle the belly. Wiggle the chest. Wiggle the neck. We're just easing out all those little points that need us to lubricate them and move them more often. And carrying all that stress. So just sitting up, hands onto knees. We're just going to begin inhaling, drawing the body over to the left, coming forward, drawing out the chest, the chin. All the way around as we exhale, curve into the spine. Chin draws into the chest. Inhale, coming forward as we rotate around the hips. Exhale, moving back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, moving back. Last one. Reverse the direction. Just bring in that conscious awareness of the shoulders moving, the base of the neck moving, the parts of the spine that are moving in and out. And sending the breath into any areas that feel like they need a little bit of extra help just to ease them away. Last one. And coming back up to sitting. Okay, releasing out onto our knees. So we're just going to tuck the toes. And we're going to start leaning back onto our heels. So we're just going to make sure that little toe hasn't escaped. It likes to get away without being stretched. So how much weight you put onto your heels is up to you. So to ease it out, you can just keep your hands on the floor and send the hips back down onto the heels. Or you can lift the hands up, bring them onto the thighs. Sitting up nice and tall, tucking the tailbone in, sending the weight all the way down the spine, into the heels, and easing out all those little toes. 5 breaths. I promise it will feel good when we finish. The toes will appreciate you for this. Last breath, we're nearly there. Coming forward, release out the toes, give the feet a little tap. Oh, lovely. And then just sitting back on the heels or coming onto your bum, whatever feels comfortable. Hands just come out in front. We're going to work into each finger. Just releasing them out, wiggling them away. Nice and slowly. Being mindful that we're trying to unblock all those little areas that we don't focus on very often. Circle of the thumbs. And opposite direction. Join in here both. And then wiggle them all out. Give the wrists a shake. We're just going to release out into our tabletop. We're just bringing the knees beneath the hips, wherever feels good. wrists beneath the shoulders are slightly out in front. And we're just going to rock the body from side to side. So we're really focusing here into the wrists and into the hip joints. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, no holding any tension. And then just come to rest. We're then going to turn the wrists outwards, drawing the fingertips in as far as we can towards the body. So perhaps your hands come all the way around, perhaps they just come here. Wherever they get to, that's fine. Just accept where your body is. We're easing it out. So little rock backwards, tiny, tiny movements. Just to feel a stretch in that inner wrist. Keep the breath nice and steady. Use it to send into those joints. Final breath. And then release the hands back onto the mat. We're then going to take the left hand and we're going to turn the fingers inwards, coming onto the top of the hand. So we're just going to put a little bit of weight into the top of the hand. Use the weight in the right hand just to ease it out a little bit. So we're not trying to put too much weight into there. So just whatever feels comfortable. It just helps bring a stretch into the top of the wrist. And slowly release. Opposite side, right hand, turn the fingers in towards the body. Bringing the weight onto the top of the hand. And it's really entirely up to you how much weight you place on them. But we're not after loads of weight, just some gentle little pressure. And release. Then we're just going to rock the hips back, stretching up from the fingertips. So feel the fingertips glued to the mat. And then stretch from the fingertips up the arm into the shoulders as the hips come back and down. The head can just be loose. Lovely, nice breaths. As if we're trying to stretch the arms away from the hands. Feel the armpits dragging backwards. Don't let the hands move. And then releasing back to tabletop. And then just going to sit back on our knees. We're going to make some big circles with the arms. So inhaling, bringing the hands forwards, rising up. Exhaling, drawing them out behind us as if we're trying to push the wall away. Oops. Trying to hurt my plant. So inhale, drawing forwards, palms down. As we exhale, turn the palms away. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, turn the palms away, push them away. We feel those shoulder rotations as we ease out that shoulder joint. Just a few more. If this is too much for anyone, you can bring the hands onto the shoulders and just rotate from the elbows. Drawing up and back down. So just slightly eases any pressure off. This feels too clicky or too clunky, then it just doesn't work for you. Last one. And then just really shake out those arms. Lovely. So back into our tabletop. tuck the toes and lifting up those hips, pushing them up and back, coming into our downward dog. So keep the knees bent. Find the fingers and the hands lovely and connected into the mat. We're just going to pedal out the heels of the feet. So we're working into the ankle joint here. We're easing out the back of the legs, allowing the energy to flow up through the knees. So when you think about this asana that we're doing right now, this pose, think about how many different parts of the body are connected to the mat, how many different parts of the body are moving. Then we're going to take a lovely long inhale up through the arms, into the hips. And as we exhale, send that energy flowing down the back of the legs into the hips, into the mat. Finding some stillness in our downward dog. Lovely deep breaths. Directing that energy into the body and allowing it to flow freely. Lovely, guys. Last breath. Looking up at the hands, lift the heels and even step or walk the feet in between the hands. You would allow the body to come onto the thighs, bend the knees, let the arms hang, maybe grab hold of the elbows, let the head hang. And it's going to sway from side to side. Continuing just to ease out those hips, shoulders, elbows, ankles. And then just coming to find a little bit of stillness. Let gravity sink you down. Hands come onto the shins. Keep the fingertips connected to the body as we begin to roll ourselves up. Drawing the fingers up the legs, chin stays tucked. Coming up last, roll the shoulders back and down. Keep the fingers connected to the thighs. Lovely deep inhale. As we exhale, begin to roll those fingers back down the legs as we hinge and roll from the hips, coming down. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, beginning to roll up. Come to the top, take a breath. For an exhale, begin to roll down. Inhale, rolling up. Rolling the body up and down. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling down. Wonderful, everyone. Feel that energy releasing through. Final one. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, rolling up. Just coming up into standing, roll the shoulders back and down, gaze out in front. Working from the soles of the feet. Moving your focus up through the legs, past the hips, into the chest, down through the shoulders, down through the arms, into the fingertips, the palms of the hands, Back up through the arms, into the neck, into the crown of the head. Feel everything open, everything flowing. The energy is able to connect to wherever it needs to go. And just stepping out, give everything a shake. Well done, everybody. Just going to pop my light on. Oh, that's better. Got a little bit dark. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of balancing, tree pose. So just finding a nice comfortable place for the legs to be, rocking backwards and forwards on the soles of the feet. And really feeling every part of that sole. And just coming to find that spot where it feels nice and even. The body feels balanced. Deep breath. We're just going to move the weight into the left leg, lifting up the heel of the right foot, bringing that heel to cross over the left foot. Toes can tap down if we need to. Bringing the hands to prayer. And releasing back out. Moving the weight into the right foot. Left foot lifts, comes over onto the right. Hands come to prayer. Keep a steady gaze, a steady breath. And release. So moving a little higher or staying where we were, it's entirely up to you. Moving the weight into the left leg. The right foot comes into the inner shin, just below the knee. Let the left hip just drop out slightly. Find that balance. And the hands to prayer at the heart. And release. Moving the weight into the right. Left foot comes up into the inner shin. Let that right hip drop out. Left knee comes out to the side. Hands to prayer at the heart. Let any wibbles or wobbles come and go. Just come back to that pose. And release. Okay, so staying either where you are or we're going to go a little higher. So moving into the left, drawing that right foot up into the inner groin. So hold on to the foot until you find that steadiness, that connection. Feel the sole of the foot connecting to the thigh connecting to the foot. Drop that left hip out. And when you're ready, release the hands and prayer the heart. Just check in with the jaw, make sure we're not holding any tension. And release. Moving on to the other side. Weight comes into the right, lifting the left foot, coming into that inner thigh. Again, holding onto the foot so you can feel that connection. Drop out the right hip. Hands come to prayer. And release. So choosing whichever stage you're at or wherever you feel comfortable, we're going to come into full tree pose. Then we're going to bring the hands back together and we're going to sway from side to side. I can already hear you laughing now. Okay. Left foot, weight into the left foot. Lifting up the right foot into the inner thigh, or wherever you've chosen to bring it. Relax the shoulders, find the connection. Let the energy flow from earth to sky, sky to earth, holding the whole of the body. Hands come to prayer. If you fall out, just come back in. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release the arms out to the side. Inhale, draw them back together, hands come to touch. Exhale, releasing over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the right. Woo. Back to center. Hands come down the heart. And release, stepping out. Or maybe you fell out like me. Okay, reposition, refocus. Moving the weight into the right leg. Drawing up that left foot to our chosen position. Finding your connection. Hands come to prayer. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release the arms out into tree pose. Let the energy flow. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Well done, everyone. Inhale, back to center. Hands come down to the heart. And release. And just ease everything out. Okay, well done, everybody. That's quite a hard one. Okay, so we're just going to come into a nice little flow before we come down to relax. We're just starting at the top of our mat, finding that nice comfortable position that we're always working on. Going up nice and tall to the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders back and down. A lovely deep centering breath. Hands come to prayer at the heart. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, drawing the hands down through the body, rolling down to our forward fold. As we inhale, straighten the legs, lift the chin, chest, coming into our halfway lift. Exhale, release back down. We're going to inhale, stepping back into our downward dog. Exhale, sending the energy down the back of the legs. Lifting the heels, looking up at the hands. We're going to draw that right knee in as close as we can to the chest. Draw it through. Step it in between the hands or walk it up there. Just push through that back heel a couple of times. And take the opportunity to ease out the ankles some more. And then we're going to allow the heel to drop to the mat. Toes come out 45 degrees. All right angle. We're going to bend that front knee. And then going to windmill the arms up into our warrior two pose. So make any adjustments we need to as we come up. Checking that back arm. Sending our gaze down to that right finger. And just breathe here. Feeling the energy flowing from the center of the body out through the arms. Down through the body, out through the legs. We're going to turn that front palm upwards. We're going to inhale, lifting that right arm up to the sky. Left arm comes to lay on the back thigh. Looking up at the hand if we can. Breathing here. As we exhale, come back into our warrior two. Inhale, reaching that left hand up and over, right hand comes to rest on that knee. Extended side angle. Inhale, rising back up into our warrior two. Final breath here. And then we're going to windmill the arms back down, lifting up that back heel, stepping back into our downward dog. Let the body ease out. Looking up at the hands, lift the heels, step or walk up in between the hands, coming into our forward fold, exhale. As we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, circling the arms up, rising up, hands come to meet. Exhale, back to the heart. Opposite side. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lowering down through the body into our fold. Inhale, lifting into halfway lift. Exhale, lowering down. As we inhale, step back. Exhale into downward dog. Lift the heels. Draw that left knee into the chest. Round the spine. Lift it all the way through. And then let the foot drop down in between the hands. Some little rocks. That back foot. Easing it out. Bending that front knee. And allowing that back heel to drop either 45 degrees or a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to inhale, lifting up the arms, out shoulder height, coming into our warrior two. And breathing here as we find our strength. Let the energy flow through the whole of the body, holding you strong in this position. Lovely, everyone. I'm going to turn that front palm upwards. Inhale, lift that left hand, right hand comes down onto the back side. Into our peaceful warrior. Inhale, rising back into warrior two. Exhale, reaching up that back arm over the body. Front arm comes to rest on the front thigh. Our extended side angle. Keep breathing here. Let the energy flow. Inhale, rising back to warrior two. And exhale, circle those arms down. Lift that back heel. Step back into downward dog. Lifting up the heels, looking at the hands. Step or walk into our fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, releasing down to our fold. Inhale, rising the arms up and around. Hands come to meet. Exhale, lowering down to the heart. Release the hands out into our Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm just going to stay here for a few breaths. Feeling that energy flowing around the whole of the body. Coming in through the left sole of the foot, up through the ankle, beyond the knee, into the left hip, up the left side of the body, the left lung, the left shoulder, the left elbow, down into the left hand, the left fingers, rising back up, along the left clavicle, into the left side of the neck, up the left side of the face, crossing over the crown of the head, coming down to the right side of the face, down to the right side of the neck, the right clavicle, the right shoulder, down through the right arm, past the elbow, into the right wrist, the right hand, the right fingers, traveling back up, right shoulder, down to the right lung, the right side of the body, into the right hip, down through the right knee, into the right ankle, through the right sole of the foot, into the right toes. Feel that energy circling through the entirety of the body. If you can feel any blockages now, send your breath there. Invite them to move, to allow the energy to flow freely, bringing peace and harmony to the whole of the body. And releasing out, coming back down onto the mat. So I just invite you now to come to lie down on our mat, releasing the body out. A little tuck of the chin, arms come out to the side, palms facing up. Just allow those shoulders to relax off. We're going to walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, just allow the knees to drop over to the right. If it feels comfortable, turn the head off to the left. Just allow gravity to hold those knees. And let the rest of the body go. We're beginning to wind down to come into our final Shavasana. Use this time to connect with any areas that still feel blocked, or to send the breath any place you feel called to. Inhaling the knees back up, exhaling and allowing them to drop over to the left. Turning the head if it feels nice to look down the right arm. Surrender the body. Final few breaths. Inhaling, drawing the knees back up. We're just going to take a few cycles. So exhaling over to the right. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling over to the left. Perhaps moving the head in the opposite direction. And then just flowing with your own breath. Coming back to allowing the breath to guide the movement. And as we inhale, just effortlessly lifting up those legs. And as we exhale, just allowing that breath to guide us down slowly. Be supported by your own energy. And when you've finished on even sides, just coming back to center, walk the feet in together. Draw the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the shins, just give yourself a little hug, and then a little rock from side to side. And then inviting you to release the legs, send the feet out to the corners of the mat, arms come out to the side, into our Shavasana, ready for relaxation. Or alternatively, walk the feet out to the edges of the mat and let the knees fall in and support each other in our effortless rest pose. So just choosing whichever way you want to finish our practice, your practice. And then just allowing yourself over the next few exhales to sink the body away, to allow it to surrender, to come back to that stillness we began with. Consciously release any remaining tension, tightness, or gripping, sending the breath where it needs to go, and allowing every little joint within the body to be released, to have permission to rest. Just allow yourself to draw fully inward, to move down through the layers, the physical body, the mental body, into the energetic body, where we can sense and feel our energies that guide and flow through us and take us through life. Spend the next few moments feeling into that layer. You may see colours, you may feel sensations, or you may feel nothing. Whatever comes through is okay. If the mind wanders, just ask it to come back to the breath. And now just sending a thank you to every joint in the body, from the toes right through to the fingers. Every joint that helps us move through life, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, it has its purpose within the body. And then just beginning to deepen the breath. Feel the lungs expanding, a little wiggle of the fingers and the toes, a circle of the wrists and the ankles. Just drawing the knees into the chest, a little rock from side to side. And when you're ready, rolling onto one side and taking a few more breaths before rising back up and meeting back on our mat in a seated position. Bring the hands to the heart, bowing the head, just saying thanks to every joint in your body. And thanks for showing up for your own practice, taking the time to check in, rest and restore. Namaste. I hope you all enjoy that.